Hi everyone, Nick again with Peace, Love, and Happiness Club, and today I'm going to show you a candle review of one of our newest candles. These are Cellar door candles. They come out of Vancouver, Washington, not BC, so they are locally made, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about their story and also why I love each of these fragrances. Cellar door candles is definitely focused on sustainability. Each of their shipments that they send out come without any plastic packaging, only the cardboard and the candles themselves. Also, any of the glass that they use, these don't particularly use glass. This is a little plastic vessel, but in the glass ones, they only use recycled glass and also use coconut wax and beeswax for their candles, which is unique. As always, these function like any regular candle, so make sure when you burn it, you want to let it go all the way to the edges, let it melt, all the way to the edges, or else the wax will tunnel. Okay, I'm going to start with our lemon verbena and ginger candle from Cellar Door Candles, like I said. What you need to know about this fragrance is it's very ultra clean and pure, I would say. You get a lot of lemon and herbs with a little bit of ginger coming in on the top, and also a little bit of lemon verbena and ginger essential oil in there, so it's got kind of a zing to it, I would say, when you compare it to the rest of their candles, just because of that ginger. Okay, let's move on to our Carpathian Spruce. Got the hand stamp in there with the CD, like I said before. If I were to describe this fragrance in one word, it would be forest. They have spruce needle, cedar leaf, and fig inside, right? And if I were to kind of describe the fragrance, it's almost like you're standing in the middle of a forest. You've got some bark around you, you've got the sap, you're very transported there. You've got the leaves, you got little bits of trees that are kind of flailing in the wind, so you smell a little bit of the pine above from, you got the leaves as well coming in. So it's just this feeling of you in the forest. That's how they describe it, is you in the forest with Carpathian Spruce here. All right, let's move on to Tokyo Citrus. I was a little curious why they chose Tokyo because Vancouver is nowhere near Tokyo, but apparently they had a couple of visits to Tokyo and this inspired them to create this fragrance. You've got notes of persimmon, yuzu, and blood orange coming out immediately. Another thing to note about these guys, same with the rest of them, but I wanted to mention this. These are beeswax and a coconut wax blend, so you can get a little close up there of what the wax looks like in the light. Nothing extraordinary about it, but it does burn well and is a little bit better for the environment. Okay, so I'm very excited to talk about this one because it is actually a blend. You won't actually find this one on their website. I even took a look to see if I could get a more detailed description of how they found this fragrance, but it's lavender, tea tree, eucalyptus, and peppermint. So they typically have a eucalyptus and a lavender-based fragrance, but this actually combines both of those. So take a look inside. It's exactly the same as the others, but when you're smelling it, give it a little sniff there. You've got the eucalyptus right off the top, but then the peppermint hits you right after. So it's a very complex fragrance, and I definitely recommend it for someone who wants to have, a very calming feeling from their candle. All right, so one of the final candles we'll look at today is the sandalwood and bourbon candle. And if I were to describe this fragrance, if you're comparing it to the ones we've already looked at, it has a much more musky undertone. So it's got sandalwood, some cedar, and some oak in it. So I guess you could say it's a lot more, prototypically masculine fragrance, if you will. But it actually burns well as a candle in your home as well if you're looking for a little bit more musky overtone. Last but not least, let's move to the Brazilian rosewood candle. I'll move it up close there so you can see the design there. It's kind of a gold emblem on the top, stamped in. What you have to know about this candle is it has a much more subtle overtone to it. So it takes a little second to kind of understand fully the fragrance that's going on. It starts with a little bit of a rosewood, kind of musky rosewood, and it transforms later into something more floral, which I'd say is kind of the power piece of it. You've got the apple blossom coming, and then you have some peppercorn and peach at the end. So this to me is honestly one of the more complex fragrances when you combine the rosewood, the apple blossom, and the peppercorn and peach into this Brazilian rosewood candle. And that was the last one, this Brazilian rosewood. So we've now looked at all the candles in the Cellar Door collection. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get one of these, we have them in store at Peace, Love, and Happiness Club. We're located in Fremont. You can also get these online. They're $10 a piece, and we would love to have you try them. So shoot me any comments or anything like that if you wanted to know a little bit more, any other questions you have about these particular candles, just because their website doesn't have that much information on it, and I'll be happy to tell you more about these. Thank you so much for watching.